Let's take a look at your song then. Is it working? I think so. So clearly, I did not get to practice maybe as much as would have been better. So where did you want to look at the last page? Where exactly is that?
Starting here.
Okay. Let me just take a look at it quick. Okay, so what exactly is it, what are you having issues with in this spot, I guess?
Just everything, spitting out my words with the notes.
Okay, so how about what we'll try to do first is, was this about right for this? Is that right tempo, or is it faster or slower?
It's just so slightly faster.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't we try it first on. Okay, so. Do you want to speak through the words first, maybe? Would that help speaking it through in the rhythm?
I don't know, I think just getting into it and singing, I don't know.
Okay, so do you want to just try it and we'll see how it goes?
Sure.
Or, okay. Okay, so really it seems like it's just that little bit at the end. The rest of it seemed to go okay. As long as as soon as you get like confidence going, and then you actually know the words, I think it'll be okay. So let's start it, just that first measure in the second system, and let's do DDD or Lulu, whatever you're comfortable with again, just one more time. So 1, 2, 3. So then let's do that one little section again with the words. Let's try to just speak through them in rhythm. I don't have my transcription here, but you basically know what they are. No, not the translation, but okay. Yeah. So let's try to go through them in rhythm, and then we'll try to sing through them. Okay. So.
Secreto de Mahokon Muhar.
Okay, so Konuna Muhar. So Konuna Muhar. Har. So Konuna Muhar. Okay, so let's do it a little bit slower maybe. Just for that because I think that first, measure and a half seemed okay. So 1. Konuma Muhar. Okay, so then why don't we add pitches to that a little bit. That's okay. And let's pick it up a little bit.
Starting still at the call.
Yep, sure. And then let's do that whole little section starting with say. Okay, so let's do it one more time and we'll have it. Remember to think about that energy that you have going. You're not necessarily trying to just get the message across, but you want to actually have the way that what it feels. So what is that? Secrets of a Man with a Woman. Okay, so that's scandalous. So you want to think about, even though maybe not necessarily they're going to know exactly what they'll have the translation with them, but this is a big deal. So you want to think about exactly how that phrase is. And it's you're getting to the man or the end where it's a man and a woman, and you want to really think about getting to that phrase where you're like starting out and you're like, oh, secrets, and then you're like culminating into what that's about, I guess. So think about those round phrases and give it a little bit more energy. Okay, good. So then what I think I'll have you do again, it was a lot better than just 20 seconds ago when you were just sort of not giving it that full breath support. The same thing that we do with those lip trills, just those nice fast air to keep you going through. But then what I'll have you do is those circles again, so we can get to the end and you have that descending line, sort of like that. So when you get to that descending line, though your pitch is going down, you want your energy to stay up. So you don't want to lose that energy as well, because then your pitch will go down even more. Yeah. So think of when we start the and just keep it nice and going. So we'll do it one more time. Great. So then we'll let's just go into that from the first. Okay. So I think that, is that really the only place that were you having trouble here with the words at all? Or was it really right there?
Right there, and then the last es un majo no, or un ma, I can't even say it.
So
it's es un majo es.
Okay.
It's like a tongue twister.
Okay, so you have to make this majo and the un on the same.
Yeah, so it's es un majo es.
Okay, what might be helpful is, actually I've got my, so do you, can I see what you have, oh you don't have anything right, okay. So what I would maybe think of it as is, instead of just like 2 1/8 notes, think of it as an 1/8 and 2 16th notes. So then you're es un majo and majo es. So that might help you sort of blend through that, because it's not, there are 2 separate words, so they can have that sort of, well, they are blending, coming together into like sort of a mixed, combined vowel, I guess. That'll make it a little bit easier to get through that and get that distinction. So why don't we try saying it just like that, and like tap the beat and do it to the rhythm.
Okay, so es un majo es.
Okay, so es un majo and majo es. Bring my pencil. Okay.
Es un majo ugh.
Yeah, it's weird.
Es un majo es.
Okay, so let's do it a little bit slower. Es un majo and majo es. So it's majo and majo. Okay, I'm gonna just say
well, I have to get the un in there before the second majo.
Yeah,
so
majo and majo. Yep, so you
majo and majo es.
Es un majo and majo es. Yep.
Es un majo es.
There you go.
Es un majo es.
Okay, so why don't we?
It's like a tongue twister.
Yeah.
It's like the Peter Pan.
Yeah. So then, do you have the melody in your ear? Do you want to hear it sing on Lou first, just to sort of get that coordination together?
Sure.
Okay. No. So. Okay, so we'll add the words, and we'll do it a little bit slower. So beat, beat, beat. So beat. And does that feel comfortable? A little bit more?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's try to do it a little bit faster. So what I know that it would help me to have that drawn in there, just so you think of the more that it can give you that separation. Sure. I don't know why there's pens in here. But just so you actually, I know for me, being a little bit more visual, it'll help me to actually see that, you're separating them and not so much that you're trying to get them all in on one note, because while that is what you're doing, you are technically starting and stopping again. So let's do it one more time. Okay, so why don't we come into that from that last measure up here.
Okay.
nervous when you have to go up to that point? Just looking at it, seeing how high it is, or are you comfortable up there?
Sometimes.
Sometimes? Okay, so let's just go up until that. We'll start up here again, but then jump when you get down to this S is where we'll stop. So. Okay, oh, I'm sorry. We can just stop up there.
Okay.
So what I'll have you do is that same thing that we did with the painting before.
Mm-hmm.
Do it while you're singing this. So. And then we'll just go. Let's just stop there. Okay. And okay, so what I want you to do, we'll just sing it. Just sing it on a straight ooh. Don't put any like any consonants in there at all. So then when we get to, so you go. So then do those plies when we get to these two last notes. So just really dig down deep in there. So. Okay, so we'll start with the naho, and just remember when you get there to really get down deep into them. Okay, so that I think I already, it sounded like it felt better.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's do the same thing again, but we'll go. And it's the same thing we did like with the painting earlier. You have all this space between here and here that you don't have to go. You can just give it a chance to fill the sound and everything that's in between. So, let's start with the na. Okay, so let's just go. And with each of those, dig nice and deep and down. And then that's the same thing with the last one. But think about while you're going down, let that tone come down with you and come around and fill and keep that energy going. Okay, so now, do you want to try it with the words? Sure. Okay, and we'll go through to the end, and I'll not mess up that last note. So let's do it one more time, and like I think you did really great in this. And remember, as you're doing those descending lines up here as well, you want to keep that energy flowing. You have this whole complete phrase, so just because you're going downward doesn't mean you're coming to the bottom of a hill. So you want to keep that energy nice and high, even though your pitch is going down. Okay, so let's do it one more time, and then just if it helps you do that same thing again.
And then when we go over it one more time, after that, can we go through the whole thing?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so let's do it one more time, because then we'll probably be at time anyway. So.
Okay.
Oh, we can do it. You can do it on the text. Okay. So let's do that one more. Let's just do that one more time. Our piano instructor says that you should do something at least 5 times in a row, that you're struggling with it. If you can do it perfectly 5 times in a row, then you can move on. So even if it, what might be helpful is just playing it on the piano first, before you add the words, so. And then you'll be able to do that in there. And then adding a word. So let's just try to do it one more time, and then we'll go through. Okay, and then we'll add that whole thing and going into it. Okay, so now let's just go through it. I'll probably just play along with the melody with you, because
That's
if
fine.
I try to do anything else, I'll get myself in a mess. Yeah. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Oh, you want to make sure that you get those in there. That's okay. that rest in there. Right now you're connecting it going, so give it a little bit of a chance to come to a stop and then get that sound going again. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Think of those phrases. 1, 2. Two. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. This next page, think of those big circular phrases. Think of where you start the phrase and then keep going with it all the way through. Okay, so we'll start. I'll count you in 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So think of those phrases. So I think that really what the thing is for you now, besides getting that text and lined up, and I think like even right there, I think you have it now. So right here, just play it through a couple times, think of it. But really think of those circular phrases. Go like through your score and look at where like the phrases start. So this one, it's not necessarily where you start singing, but it's like right there, and then it'll stop right here, and you'll come to a complete, and then this piano starts it again. So I would that might be helpful, because then that'll let you go through, like right here where it gets a little bit lower, where you're more comfortable. So then it's like less work that you have to be doing. Mm-hmm. So it's easy to really just settle down in there and keep that going. So think of, you're gonna start. This is where your phrase would start. You're going all the way around until you get to right there, and that's where you're stopping. So I would think of that. Maybe it might be helpful to figure out where those phrases are. So then you can have that mapped out, not that you're just like, oh, maybe it's this waving your arms around you crazy, So then wherever you do your rest. So I think that would probably be helpful, just thinking about those phrases, because then as you're coming down, that'll keep you nice and buoyant. Okay. Okay. Good luck.
Thank you.
Is it just the first one, or is it state, or?
It's just the straight one.
Okay, I was gonna say it's pretty.